this season. And with all due respect to the talent pool with the Ravens, it is not the talent pool on offense that the 49ers have. How do you assess the play of Lamar tonight, your now MVP favorite, Emery?
He's the ultimate game breaker. He is the one that you can't account for. You can't practice for Lamar Jackson because you have no one that has that level of twitch, that level of explosiveness, and that calm within the pocket to make things happen when things are not right. He's able to play above the X's and O's. So when you go into a game, you're playing essentially 12 on 11 because Lamar can do things that not a lot of people can do, and they put you in the bind. We saw often tonight the San Francisco 49ers get back there defensively, and Lamar was able to find a way to make a way and extend the play, and when he needed to, he was able to pull the icons down, to use a video game reference, get outside the pocket, and pick up a chunk play on the ground and convert inside the red zone. So we saw the best of Lamar, to your point. I thought this was the best he's played in this offense, considering the circumstance, considering the defense, which is why he is now your MVP favorite.
And I think it's really interesting, too, because in the past 2 weeks, and I've been pointing this out pretty aggressively, Emery, we talked about this on the Pick 6 podcast multiple times this week, but Lamar had rushed, I believe, 22 times in the past 2 weeks. They had cranked up in the month of December his rushing attempts and his rushing role in this offense. Part of that had to do with losing Mark Andrews and sort of wanting to, I mean, part of this, you lose Andrews. Part of that also is I think Todd Monken and this Ravens team has done a tremendous job not utilizing Lamar's legs as a primary focal point of this offense for much of the season. And so when you do that, you allow him to get to December, to get to Christmas, to get to Week 16, completely healthy, ready to roll, ready to unlock his legs. He only had to rush 7 times. He ran for 45 yards along a 30 here. If this game had been closer, remember, the Ravens sort of just pulled away quickly in the third quarter there. The weird score, right? We get the safety. Lamar probably would have escaped. If this had been a shootout where the 49ers were answering the Ravens, I think you would have seen Lamar rush somewhere between 12 and 18 times in this game, and his numbers would be even more eye-popping, and we might be saying, okay, this is a done deal for Lamar with MVP as long as the Ravens lock up the 1 seed. As it is, I still think he's the favorite. I thought he should have been the favorite coming into this game and believed that he would be the MVP. I think for the MVP discussion, though, it's very interesting because you see how quickly the odds flip in game. People are pulling down the odds and like flipping them post-game. This thing is still very, very wide open.
That it is. Let's have that conversation because this was a fantastic data point and a resume builder for that MVP case for Lamar Jackson. But as you pointed out, it's sort of a last bucket wins league, and opinions change quite quickly. Hear how drastically they have changed in this 60 minutes of football. Brock Purdy, 19-1, shorter odds belonging to both Tua, Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, and your favorite Lamar Jackson. Emery, in your eyes, because we are going to get Lamar versus Tua, and then we are going to get Tua versus Josh Allen. This is not a done deal just yet. Lamar is your favorite, but where will this be decided? Is this just a recency bias award, or do you think we'll be able to step back and look at the body of work throughout the season?
Bro, it is so recency bias. Yeah. You're asking people in 2023 to have nuance when it regards to an argument? Heck no. This will be, in my opinion, easier for Christian McCaffrey to win because the quarterbacks will play each other out, and then people will realize, man, Christian McCaffrey is explosive. He's dynamic. By the end of the season, he may have 45 American touchdowns. This guy just keeps finding the end zone. And you notice in this ball game, when they needed to come back, they got away from him in the third quarter until they had to go to him, and they went right down the field quickly because of Christian McCaffrey. He has shown time and time again he is the most valuable player, not only on this football team, but in the NFL. Deebo Samuel should get consideration because he is also one of those +1 guys, plays above the X's and O's, but he hadn't played enough games this season. But I feel like because people are so prisoner of the moment, we'll hear all tomorrow about how Lamar Jackson has won it, but Christian McCaffrey should get the consideration because he's been the most consistent all throughout the season.
You throw Sam Darnold back there, he could run for as many yards as Christian McCaffrey does. Look, I think when you look at these awards, you got to remember, and it's late enough where he won't hear this unless he catches on the wheel overnight. But you got to remember the numbskulls that are voting for this, people like Pete Prisco, right? So you know that you're going to get some recency bias and some mental mistakes being made here. I think back to the Mac Jones, Jamar Chase Rookie of the Year, which in hindsight, hilarious discussion. But Mac Jones was like -1,000 to win that award going into Week 16 of his rookie year. Jamar